Happy Tuesday. Today is currently my day off for the week. It is also storming outside. So I figured, why not make another banger for Fit Laura's YouTube channel? And that's exactly what I'm doing. Also, partly because I found a game on Roblox where you get to paint albums. So I'm sure it's extremely evident by the singular couple strands at the top of the screen and the little child jumping for joy what album this is. It's a probably one of the greatest rap albums to have ever been created. But yeah, that's what's going on in the background today. A little bit of therapeutic action, if you will. A little something just to put my mind at rest, something I can waste a bunch of time doing. Kind of like a puzzle. So, in other news, I watched a movie today called what was it called? Magazine something or other, Magazine Dreams, I think. I'll throw a picture up of what I'm talking about because I probably don't remember the name. But yeah, I've seen a lot of things about it on TikTok and a lot of people saying it's one of those movies that you only watch once and that's enough. And to be honest, maybe I just didn't pay enough attention or I'm dumb or I'm not profound enough. But I was kind of left more so confused. Like I get the gist of the movie, like I know what it's about, but I've been seeing people saying they're like, "Oh man, like this movie destroyed me. I cried at the end. I don't want to ever watch it again." And for me, it's like, are we being dramatic? Like, is this engagement bait, or are you being for real? Because I didn't cry. And maybe that's a me thing. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I don't get emotionally invested enough. But oh well. Speaking of an emotional investment, I guess I don't want to phrase it as I've started talking to a nice woman because that kind of implies that there's like mutual interest. I've started conversing with a woman recently and I'm a little concerned for myself personally due to the fact that I tend to want to be quick to invest emotionally, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I know I can't do that. So you kind of get what I mean. Like, if I didn't give a fuck, and if it was some random ass, like, I don't care if I never speak to her again, fuck it. Life's too short not to take risks. But that's not the case here, because I don't know, something about it just kind of sits differently in my head. Like, I guess I don't really know how else to articulate it. It's just something inside me is just telling me to, just be different. You know what I mean? Like take shit slower. Like this isn't a fucking race. Whatever. Like there's nothing in place that causes me to have to like rush through things, if that makes sense. And I don't know why my brain has like a tendency to feel like that, but I feel like it's been kind of bitten me in the ass quite a bit. Is that I feel like I need to like rush through things almost. Like I need to try to pull out some sort of commitment before I feel like I can settle down. The more I the more I think about it, the less it kind of makes sense like saying it out loud. But I don't want to rush through things too quickly and like push her away if that makes sense. Cuz the conversation we've had thus far has been, you know, solid in my opinion. She seems like she's got things going for her. She's got pretty unique hobbies, I guess I would say, because she manages all of her college's like digital sports stuff, so all like the graphics and XYZ. And I thought that was pretty dope because I myself kind of dabble in photography here and there. And I always have an appreciation for people who make digital media. You know what I mean? Kind of like I do sometimes. My random fit lore schizo posting. So, I don't know. And it also helps too that she's not fucking boring because 9 times out of 10, the fucking women you talk to nowadays, you get like an hour of good conversation and then you won't hear from them for like 11 hours. And then it's like, okay, well, I don't really care to try to invest my time if you clearly don't give a fuck either. You know what I mean? Like, there's one chick, I just, out of the blue, I was like, fuck it. Shot her a compliment. She's like, oh my God, like, you're so sweet. Like, you better keep up that energy and shit. And I was like, yeah, all right. I was like, whatever, bitch. And yeah, I mean, I kind of transitioned away from that because I'm not gonna be a fucking yes man for her. I'm not just gonna sit there and fucking compliment her all fucking day. Go ask ChatGPT, ask a fucking loser to do that for you. I'm not that dude. Like you gotta pay with some. It's either bread or buns. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, then she proceeds to fucking leave me undelivered for like 17 hours. So I was like, all right, you wanna keep up the energy? You want vibes sent your way? You want me to match you? Shit, I haven't fucking responded to her for I don't know, like 2 days now. And if she said anything, no. So like, I mean, that's pretty telltale sign. If she don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not gonna text her ever again. And I guess at this point too, if she texts me, maybe I'll read it. We'll see how I feel in the moment, because it's like, I don't know. I feel like nowadays it's so fucking easy to like, you know, for me at least, like I like putting effort towards like talking to people. Like I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy like social interaction. And I've realized more and more that I'm always the one like giving and nobody ever fucking wants to like text me first. So I've stopped texting first too. You know what I mean? Like why would I be that for somebody else when I don't have a person like that for me? That's just a waste of time and effort. Cause somebody somewhere is not gonna make me feel like I always have to be the one that texts first. And yeah, that's kind of just the mentality I've started to transition into is I don't want to give my effort, my time, my attention, care, whatever you want to call it, to somebody who clearly doesn't like value it because it just kind of seems redundant. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at. I really hope I can talk my brain into just calming down, not needing to like rush through things in a sense because I want to see like where things go with this chick. You know, like I don't want to fucking scare her off because I don't know. She's not. If she was like chopped or some shit, sure, but she's not. You know what I mean? Like she's. I don't know. There's something about the way she looks that kind of just like clicks in my brain. So I'm kind of like, ooh, shit. And I just have to take a little chill pill. You know what I mean? There's I got nothing else to be honest. I'm kind of just fucking rambling. So that's uh that's the gist of what's happened to me in the last 24 hours. Um yeah. I got my work schedule now too cuz I'm out of my probationary period at work, so I got today off and then I work tomorrow back in the kitchen and then Thursday I'm on uh customer service whatever So I'll be learning how to do freight there, and then that's pretty much it for things I haven't done before. And then I think the following days they are having me on register. So that's kind of interesting because I was specifically hired to be kitchen, but looking at my schedule for the next 2 weeks, I think I'm scheduled out for. I think I have like one, maybe two kitchen shifts, and the rest are checkout. And I probably work 5 days a week, so it'll be interesting. You know what I mean? Um, I guess I don't mind it because register is a lot easier in terms of job responsibility, but I can't just kind of go nonverbal autistic when I'm on register because their whole thing is like excellent customer service, like hitting all of your dialogue options with each customer. So it could be a lot for a guy like me who's not, I don't want to say like typically polite, but very like customer service HR coded, if that makes sense. I'm kind of just, I don't know, I'm more closed off. I'm not very considerate, I guess, polite. I don't know. That kind of paints me in a negative light. But I feel like people will get what I mean by that. Everybody's got their social battery that runs out at some point. Mine just doesn't charge you 100% ever. So that's where my issue lies. But I don't know. I think it'll be all right for the most part. Um, I'm sure, especially because there is a event thing called Spudfest in town this coming weekend, and apparently it's supposed to be incredibly busy there. So maybe I'll appreciate working register because I won't have to stress about if there's enough food put out for all the traffic we're supposed to be getting. So maybe I'll be up at register, giggling like a schoolgirl because the kitchen's back there crashing and burning, and it's not my problem. Or I'll be crashing and burning because there'll be like 20,000 fucking people there. I don't know. I guess time will tell, uh, in terms of what's to expect. Because I've never been to Spudfest to begin with, nor have I worked anywhere that would have been affected by such things. And I guess it sounds like a big deal around there, which I wouldn't think a fucking potato festival is a big deal. But again, if you fucking live in Big Lake, Minnesota, I'm sure there's nothing that's a big deal, so that's as good as it gets. Or maybe they just fucking love their potatoes there. I don't know. So that also means, uh, pretend I'm making a Riz face right now and saying, "Oh shit," there might be a lot of young women for me to interact with. Kind of get some bars in. You know what I mean? Leave a lasting impression for some nice young women. I'm just kidding. That's not gonna happen. You know what I realized? I was at a funk this past weekend for, I think I was there from like 10 till midnight, something like that. You know how many women I talked to? None. Not even one. Aside from like the other people that were like event coordinators. Because I was like, I guess I was more so working. Like I wasn't going crazy there, just doing whatever. Like I was technically working at this place. But I mean, still, there was a couple thousand women there easily. I didn't speak to a single one. Mind you, the demographics were probably overwhelmingly middle-aged moms. Ooh, shit. And women with boyfriends because it was a fucking redneck thing. Like, not something you would find a woman at. But even at that rate, just based on averages, there had to have been a couple single women there. I didn't speak to a single one. And I sat there on my way home after it, and I'm like, maybe the reason I don't have any luck is just because I'm a loser. Like maybe I'm just a loser. And I've convinced myself that I'm like somebody. I've convinced myself I'm like a non-bald Andrew Tate. When in reality I'm like a hypergopus equivalent. Okay, I wouldn't go that far actually. I don't think I'm quite at hypergopus levels. That's I might kill myself if I ever got to that point. But I mean, still, like I sit here and I'm like bitching about how I like, don't have any female companions and I struggle to find like other guy friends in my area. And it's like, well, dude, you don't talk to people. That's your problem to begin with. And you might think, oh well, now that you realize it, you can change it. But it's not that easy for me. Like I don't really know how to go up to people and start talking. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like a group of people already in a group. Like I don't want to inject myself into a group of a couple of guys who are already fucking hanging out, because then they're gonna like look at me and be like, who the fuck is this? Like, what? Who are you? Do I know you? You know what I mean? And maybe that's just like social anxiety or some shit, and I'm like making situations up so I can justify staying in my comfort zone. But even at that rate, I don't know. I need to be a social butterfly, and I've really been trying to work on that for like the past year or two, and I've made great progress. Me when I was 18 to now is a night and day difference in my opinion, at least, especially with how I treat people I do talk to, because I was a prick when I was 18. Like I probably had more people that didn't like me than did, because everybody got a complimentary fuck you and a dirty look, and it didn't really matter if you'd done anything ever. It's just kind of how I was. So that's not me anymore, at least, and I'm proud to say that far. But I don't know. I was also told by my best, most handsome, girthy pal, JP, Big Diddy Booty Palmer, that I should record a Fortnite video. Um, I thought about it. I tried. And then I was like, what the hell would I talk about? Cuz I already did a LARPing video that kind of covered a LARPing Fortnite YouTuber. And that was the first thing I thought of, is making a fully dedicated fleshed out video. But then I realized that's low-key kind of dick riding, and kind of juxtaposition to my LARPing video where I was talking about how people pick it up and will follow you just because of, the merit behind it. And then I realized that would have been me had I made a video about the fucking LARPing YouTubers. I was just bringing more attention to something I already said doesn't need attention brought to it. So then I said, fuck nah, and hopped on blackjack and probably won a couple $1,000s. I've gotten pretty good at blackjack too, by the way. Um, at some point I should probably go to the casino with some real dollars and see if I can get the casino floor manager to kick me out or something, because I'm doing too much winning. But I'm also scared of gambling real money, because I know for a fact I'm gonna be a fucking loser chud, and then be like, well, bitch, I just lost all my fucking money. Let's go withdraw more so I can get that shit back. And then I'm just gonna continue to lose and lose and lose until I have to call the gambling hotline again. Because I did that once. Because, uh, what year was that? That would have been 2 years ago now. I lost $650 in a month sports betting, and I was not proud in the slightest. Okay, also, fuck this last dot. Anyways, so I was not proud of myself at all for that. So I did call the gambling hotline, and ironically enough, if you call the gambling hotline and you want them to convince you not to gamble, 9 times out of 10, they're actually gonna bully you. I got bullied when I called the hotline. Pretty sure this dude's name was Greg, and he was like fucking bullying me for losing all my money gambling. And he's like, well, think about this. If you were smart with your money, you could have either gambled at the casino, gambled on a sports betting app, or gambled in the stock market. Which one would you have been more proud of yourself? Which one would your mom be proud of you for? And I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, if I was being into degraded, I'd be fucking bricked right now, but this is insulting, man. Safe to say it broke my fucking gambling issue. Cause yeah, he was ruthless with it. I mean, he made me feel like a loser chud, which I was. I mean, if you're gonna lose money gambling, at least play a real man's game, not fucking sports betting. But I don't know. We all live and learn, I guess. I learned that I'm not a good sports bettor, which is maybe a beneficial thing to learn. But I don't know. That's really all I have left to talk about. I'm probably just gonna shut the fuck up and finish painting this. I don't know. I might just upload this whole fucking thing in one go if you want to watch it. I'll probably throw some Minecraft music or some shit over the top so it's not just silent for the next God knows how long it takes me to do this. I've already been fucking rambling on for 21 minutes and I'm only a quarter of the way through, so this might take me like an hour and a half. If that's the case, I won't upload the full hour and a half. Because that's gonna be boring as fuck. So I'll probably just end up chopping it down to when I shut the fuck up. I'll add a couple extra minutes of painting Travi Patty and maybe a picture of the finished thing at the end. But yeah, that's about it. Stay tuned.